Итак, я бы хотела представить наш...
So I would like to give the floor to our next experts. Today we are joined by the coordinator of the Sustainable Development Solutions Network Youth Division, Arina Loginova. Arina, good afternoon to you. I would like to ask you the following question. So what problems or what needs do young people have, especially when it comes to SDGs within CIS? And from your perspective, what is the potential of CIS youth in the context of SDG implementation? Good afternoon to everyone. I'm really glad that you invited me. So you introduced me as if it was not a youth organization, but something of a higher level. Well, actually, we prepared a presentation, and I would like to share this presentation with you. Am I supposed to share the screen, or you will do that? I got it. So I will do that. Just a second. I do really hope that my screen is visible. Yes. Can you see that? I hope so. So my name is Arina Loginova, and I'm coordinator of the Sustainable Development Solutions Network Youth Division in Russia. I'm really glad that you invited me to this forum, and I'm really glad to see each one of you and to actually get acquainted with some new people. I'm more than willing to share our experience and achievements. We prepared our presentation in English, but I will be speaking Russian. So on this slide, you can see the plan of for agenda of something that I would like to discuss. I would like to say a few words about our organization. I would like to tell you when we were founded. We also circle a little bit more on our main challenges. We will also go through some practical aspects. And speaking about also as IS, I would like to talk also necessarily about sustainable development goals. So our organization was organized in 2012 by UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and the main goal of our organization is to actually unite scientific and technological expertise at the global level in order to develop and implement our SDGs. So Youth Initiative was created in 2015 in order to attract young people to our agenda and also to create sustainable development solutions. So we wanted to provide them with a particular mechanism so that they can implement their project in practice in the framework of our network. Actually, this is something that has already been mentioned by almost everybody during our forum, and our organization is directly involved in these activities. As for our organization, we have 23 national networks, we have 127 countries involved. So we have already developed 530 youth-related solutions. We have a lot of volunteers because this is a public organization. So the network is really huge. On this slide, you can see our programs and also our projects. We can see we have projects for startups, for the small organizations, for NGOs, also for youth-led organizations. We also have platforms for experience exchange, such as the youth symposium, the Vatican Youth Symposium that was conducted last year. We have opportunities for students. We also have some opportunities for active young people who want to make a local contribution to their society. And also, I would like to say about SDSN Youth in Russia. We were opened in 2016 on the basis of the Center for Sustainable Development Research of the Institute of Applied Economic Research of the Russian Presidential Academy of National Economy and Public Administration. We have 23 member organizations. And now let's answer the questions of the forum. So judging from our observations and analysis of the situation in Russia, the main challenges for NGOs, their also basic needs and the needs of youth organizations in the framework of SDGs Well, these are the major following aspects. The problem is that few people know about these NGOs. We are trying to attract as many young people to our work as possible, and our audience is not as big as we would like it to be. And of course, we wanted to have it extended. We also have lack of knowledge about SDGs in the regions of Russia. We have some very interesting local initiatives at the regional level, but as a rule, they are not well related to SDGs directly. It means so that they are being implemented right now. But I should say that, for example, waste collections. Yes, we do have such initiative, but they are not linked to SDGs. We also have limited targets auditory, but it's rather a challenge. It's not a problem. And we also have some problems related to promoting our SDGs agenda. At the regions, we want to organize different educational events, but since a certain law was put into effect in Russia, which works as a barrier for us, yes, it poses certain difficulties for our work, quite an obstacle for us. And also in Russia, just speaking about the Russian region, not within all the CIS countries, we don't have that many bachelor courses about, for example, sustainable development and SDGs in Russia. That is why people they cannot actually get a degree or be involved in higher education with a particular focus on SDGs. And now let's switch to our potential. This year around, we working on a Russian overview of youth initiatives, and I should say that we're about to present a very interesting report about this work. Well, actually, during this work, we come up with a number of solutions, and also we have certain informations. And now we want some organizations and NGOs also be involved in this work, and so they should also be there in our reports. And so, based on the form that we have already provided them with, we already received 40 youth leader organizations feedback. So they are either guided by young leaders or they are aimed at working with youngsters with a particular focus on SDGs. And I think that this is quite an achievement for us. We should say that 42 of them, these are non-governmental organizations, and others I mean, the other part is about business, but it also somehow linked to young people. For example, if we talk about fashion industry, accessorizes, etc., there they use, for example, processed plastic materials, and so they also have an idea about SDGs. Just an example. This is just an effort to show you that there is a certain potential demonstrated by young people. They really stay focused on those issues on SDGs, and I think that even more players can be involved in this process. And here on this graph, you can see information about various SDGs with a particular link to our players. So we can see, for example, SDG number 4, 12, etc. So quite even distribution, but still we can see a slight difference between them. And here is an interesting case study. We just wanted to demonstrate you what kind of organizations were involved in this work. Uh, for example, here we have an organization, Wild Camp. This is a youth lead organization. It is led by a young girl, 24 years old, and this organization is involved in the localization of different projects and also international projects in different sanctuaries. Already they work with 56 national parks in Russia, and I should say that this is quite a big achievement. And moreover, this organization involved different volunteers to mostly young people to help in the maintenance of national parks. So I'm talking about maintenance, monitoring, and some other activities. And this organization works in the framework of SDG 15. that is not it. And just taking advantage of this moment, I would like to share our review of vaccination against COVID-19. Tomorrow, we're about to present our publication. There, you'll find information about different types of vaccines. And since COVID-19 is quite a global issue, and this is quite a challenge for young people, we decided to prepare a review in the Russian language about different types of vaccines, about clinical trials. Also, we have some comparative characteristics of vaccine, and also in there you will find information about vaccination in general, why it is important to get vaccinated against COVID-19. So we are kindly inviting you to support this initiative, especially in the social media, so that more people might have access to this information. I hope that this presentation will be shared and you will get a link to this review. And just finalizing my presentation, I should say that you can also find us on social media. Here you can see some useful resources from SDSN Youth. And just to recap, I would like to attract the attention of CIS countries to our global network and to the opening of SDSN Youth, because this is actually that very platform that was discussed by previous speakers. And there, young people can really act. They can create projects and implement projects in the framework of SDGs. And at the same time, they can really be heard. This is a platform that brings together young people from over 140 countries. It's true that this is very important. I do believe that in the CIS, it's going to be a really useful. And here is our logo to create a sustainable world for future generation. Thank you very much for your attention.